Good morning. Welcome to our daily devotion for Monday, the 1st of February. I'd like to just read you a few words from the Bible from Matthew 7, verses 9 to 13. Which of you, if your son asks for bread, will give him a stone? Or if he asks for a fish, will give him a snake? If you then, though you are evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father in heaven give good gifts to those who ask him? So in everything, do to others what you would have them do to you, for this sums up the law and the prophets. Do you know, when I used to see homeless people, I'm afraid to say to you that I did used to try and ignore them. Not because I wanted to, but because I was quite embarrassed that I possibly didn't have anything to give them, or felt uncomfortable giving them money. And then when street pastors first started, I remember seeing an article in the Circuit magazine, and some people had been talking to the homeless people, and they said that they weren't valueless, and they weren't invisible people, and they hated it when people walked past them and totally ignored them as though they didn't exist. And that resonated with me because I was one of those people. And so I made up my mind that even if I couldn't give them money or couldn't give them any food or anything, that I would at least make a conversation with them. Someone I know told me that she saves up the cards, the loyalty cards that you get given when you go to a coffee shop, and you get stamps of them, and then every 7 or 8 coffees you have, you get a free coffee. And she said that if she passes by a homeless person, she gives them a full card so that they can get a coffee. And I thought that was a really nice thought. But what I've tried to do is, if I see a person sat outside a shop or anything, that I usually say to them, I haven't got money to give you, because especially at this time when we're all using cards, but can I buy you something warm to eat, and perhaps get you a drink? And usually they're very grateful and say thank you. And so when we're not in lockdown, I go out with my friend who I'm also PA to. And when I started doing this, when I saw people outside Morrison's, then she'd say, oh, well, if you get the food, then I'll get them a drink. And now she says, oh, well, if you get it today, then I'll get it next time. And I just thought that that's really nice, because now my friend started to do it. And yesterday, I had to pop to the local Asda, and I hadn't seen anyone sat outside when I went in. And I went and did my shopping, and just as I came out, there was a young man sat there with the sleeping bag around him. And I heard a man say to him, oh, I'm sorry, I can't give you any money, mate, because I don't carry money these days. And I went and put my shopping in the car, and then I came back and I said to him, would you like me to go and get you something warm to eat? And he said, oh, I'd be really grateful. He said, do you think you could get me a drink as well? And I said, of course, what would you like? And he said, pop or anything, that'd be great. So I went back into the shop and I got him a steak slice and a hot sausage roll and a bottle of squash or pop, sorry. And then I went to the checkout, and the girl I saw at the checkout was the girl that had served me just as I'd gone out. And she said, oh, are you back? Had you forgotten something? And I said, no, I've just seen the young man outside that's homeless, and I've just bought these for him. And I gave her the money to pay for them, and she gave me change. And I said, oh, no, I didn't want any change. And she said, no, I've given you my discount because I think it's really nice what you've done. So I thought that was a really kind gesture from her. And then I took it outside and I gave it to the young man. And he said, oh, thank you, I'm really grateful, and God bless you. Now, I'm not sure that he was a Christian, but he had said God bless, and I thought that was fine. So when I read that Bible reading this morning, I just thought that, yeah, if we do unto others as we would have them do for us, and that's nice because then other people will start to do it as well. And they don't have to be Christian people, because we know that there's been so many random acts of kindness during this pandemic and will continue to happen. But I just think that if we can be kind when we can, it's good that we do that. So I'll just say, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine on you and give you his peace. And I'll see you next week. Goodbye.